Well, thank you for joining me for the next 5 minutes or so. This is our Take 5 segment where we take 5 minutes out of your day on a Friday morning. And here it is, the 26th of August. And we give you a preview, a bit of what's to come on the coming Sunday. So the Sunday we are referring to is the 28th of August. You see, I can do that math. So what are we going to be looking at on the 28th of August? Well, if you've been able to join us for the past couple of months, especially the last few weeks, we've been looking at the topic of fear. Fear in association with this mission that Jesus has been given to us and has given to all of his apostles and disciples. He ascended into heaven. He gives us this great commission, which is go and to make disciples, baptizing those in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything that I have commanded you, and to the uttermost ends of the earth, right? To the end of the age. So we've been talking about how, as a follower of Jesus, and we've been looking at examples of followers of Jesus and how Jesus infused into them, as he called them to follow him, he called them to be on mission, right? And so we have these four disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John. He called them to follow him. And then he said, right after that, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Jesus also called a guy by the name of Matthew, who was a tax collector. And immediately he said, follow me. And then he went into Matthew's house and he ate with tax collectors and sinners. So throughout all of Jesus' ministry, he is connecting this idea of being a follower of Jesus and being a fisher of men, or a person who is on mission. And so he gives us this great commission as he's ascending into heaven after the crucifixion, after the resurrection, after he appeared over many times to over 500 people, some who were followers of him, some who were not. And before he ascends into heaven, he gives us this great mission. And so we've been discussing how, if you're a follower of Jesus, if you say that you love him, you will be involved, connected in some way, in some fashion, in this idea of making disciples, drawing people unto Jesus, walking along with them in their journey, introducing him to other people. And so for the last few weeks, we've been talking about the number one reason why we tend to fail, or maybe not even get started on this mission that we know is so close to God's heart. Why do we fail to do this simple, basic command that Jesus has made it so clear for us to do? A follower is a fisher of men. A disciple, someone who says that they love Jesus, will be involved in what is utmost on his heart, and that is making disciples, drawing people to him, walking along with people in their journey, discipling other people. And you don't need to be 10 steps ahead of whoever you may be talking to in your life. You just need to be a few steps ahead. A person who is walking alongside, maybe a step or two ahead of the person that you are drawing, introducing to who Jesus is. Now, for the last few weeks, we've been looking at the number one reason why we fail at this mission, or even fail to get started, and that is the issue of fear. Fear and guilt. Fear that there might be a question that you can't answer, or fear that you may have a relationship that may crumble because you introduce spiritual concepts or start a spiritual conversation. Fear that you're not quite sure what to say. Fear that maybe you will be labeled as some type of Bible thumper or something, or fear that it might cost you a relationship. There are so many aspects of fear that keeps us from this great commission, this basic mission, simple, that Jesus has called all of his followers to do. So for the last few weeks, we've been looking at this topic of fear. I received so many emails the past week, and actually the week prior as well, that we need to continue to talk about the aspect of fear associated with this great commission that, as a follower of Jesus, that we are all to be a part of. To continue to talk about this issue of fear. How can we overcome this fear issue? Well, we will never, ever get over the feelings that are associated with fear. So right out of the box, we need to understand that we need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Those feelings of fear will never go away. But there are some incredible lessons, and we're going to look at chapter 18 and chapter 19 in 1 Kings. A guy by the name of Elijah who faced incredible fear, and there's some real practical lessons of how to outfaith that fear. So we hope that you will join us 10 o'clock on Sunday morning on the 28th of August. If not, you can always follow us on YouTube or through Facebook link. We encourage you to jump on our website, www.myfaithchurch.org. Take advantage of some of the resources that we have available for you. Will the Lord bless you and the Lord keep you, and may his face shine upon you and give you strength. God bless you today.